This recording is a brief 504 training for teachers. When your 504 chair is planning a 504 meeting for a student, you may receive an email asking you to provide input about that student. The email will tell you who the student is, the date that the input must be completed, and direct you to log into Infinite Campus and navigate to your 504 dashboard. As a teacher, when you log into Infinite Campus, you will have a 504 module under which you have a 504 staff dashboard. This dashboard has several students on it based on your roster. Any student that you are have currently rostered that has a 504 plan or is in the 504 process of determining their eligibility and their plan will be on your dashboard. This first student, April Arnold, is the student that we received our communication about, and notice that the status for April is input required. When we click on the link for that, we see a date and time and location of the meeting for April, and we have a question as to whether we plan to attend. We also have several questions that are in a scale type format, as well as several questions in a yes/no format. Each of these questions must have a response, or the system will not allow the user to save their responses. If for any reason a response is skipped and I click the save button, it will show me which responses I missed and tell me that this response is required. I may then click the save button once I've corrected my errors, and then I can go back to the dashboard. Notice for April Arnold, her status has now changed to pending decision. If I needed to change any of my responses for that input, I could click on this at any time prior to the expiration of this link or at the point where the meeting has started to change any of my responses and then save. Also on my dashboard, we will see that I have several other students that need an action from me. This student needs a signature. So if I click signature required here, we have a red bar at the top telling me that I must sign this document. It shows me this student's impairments, their major life activities, the classroom accommodations, testing accommodations, any comments specific to the teacher, and then there's a place for my signature. I must also click next to each accommodation to acknowledge that I have read and understand each of them. And then by signing this document, I am agreeing that I will implement the student's 504 plan. I must then date it and click the sign button. In doing so, the red bar changes to blue, and then I can go back to my dashboard. At any point, I could print this 504 accommodation if I needed a hard copy. Any students that are on my dashboard that do have a plan, I can click Review Plan over here to the right, and at any point refresh my memory as to what accommodations I should be delivering for this student. If I attended a meeting virtually and I need to sign the documents from that meeting, I can navigate to Index Student Information General, search for a student, and look for a 504 meeting tab. This meeting tab comes in handy if we're having virtual meetings, and we do have staff or teachers that are virtually attending the meeting and need to sign the meeting documents. When we go to this 504 meeting tab, It quickly shows us that we do have a signature required at the bottom. If there have been multiple meetings for this student, you'll see multiple entries here, and the one with the red exclamation point is the one that needs the signature. You're able to see all of the documents and questions that were reviewed during the meeting that you attended virtually. And then at the bottom, all of the accommodations that were agreed to, and then there is a place for your signature at the bottom as an attendee. You sign, click the sign button, and then you have signed that document. And if anyone looks at that document at that point forward, they will see your signature. Okay. At any point using that 504 meeting tab, you're also able to look at a student's current plan if you needed to refresh your memory about what those accommodations are. Also, if you need to sign something on your staff dashboard and you have not done so, your school may send you an email that reminds you that you have documents that need to be reviewed and signed as soon as possible. The school has the ability to send this reminder email as frequently as they so choose. This has been a brief recording and a brief training of the 504 module for teachers.